concrete basement.
Wouldn't you think it'd work? Doesn't work. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. We've got a big show here today as Dr. Joel Hackney is here along with Derek Bailey, and we are going to talk. There's a huge event coming up next Saturday on the 30th. We're going to talk about the Appleknocker here put on by the Flora Academic Foundation, and it's going to be a lot of fun here on this beautiful Tuesday. Welcome, fellas. Glad you're here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. As we'll talk about a wide variety of stuff as the hour wears on here on Tuesday, September 19th. What is going on in and around your area today? Actually, there are a few things going on here on a Tuesday. A lot of times when you get into the middle of the week here, it's difficult to find stuff going on. I do have a couple of things, though, both local here in Clay County, close to home. If you go to the Clay County Health Department today at 10 a.m., you'll probably find yourself in the Alzheimer's caregiver meeting. The Clay County Health Department will have an Alzheimer's caregiver meeting. It's on the third Tuesday of each month, and it is at 10 a.m. in the conference room down there at the Clay County Health Department. You know where it is. Around, so what would that be? Behind
12th Street.
Behind Car Corral.
Behind Car Corral. That's what I was. Behind Car Corral, next to the radio station.
That's right.
Yep.
Next to the radio station. I know where the radio station is. I've been here 5 years. I know where everything is. I've been here 6 years. I'm a pro. I've been here forever.
Since you've been here, what's the one thing that you just can't believe you lived without?
Julian.
Oh man, good old Julian. I love
I thought he was
Julian.
going to say Dairy Queen drinks.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, see, now that's
That would have been the better answer.
Yeah, that would have been the Dairy Queen drinks.
I get Julian's though. I get
What I
Julian's.
meant to say was dilly bars. Really good dilly bars. And Dairy Queen drinks where you put the new stuff in it. That's what I
Right,
meant.
the little flavoring in there.
The flavoring drinks. That's what I meant to say.
It's hard to beat
Julian's is pretty good, though.
a beef Manhattan. That's their Monday special. But yeah,
Beef Manhattan?
yeah, they've got. Do you just
Is that a Julian's or DQ?
No, at
Julian's.
Julian's.
Okay. No, I didn't realize.
I didn't know if you just get burgers there or do you
I just
branch
get
out.
burgers.
And if you
No,
branched out.
well, do you really want to know?
That's something to work on over the winter. Branch out throughout the menu.
Do you really want to know?
I wanna know.
There is a chicken fried steak. You know, people
Yep.
usually order the chicken fried steak, and how it comes is with your mashed potatoes and your goo and gravy all over it, which is great, and that's fine. But what I like to do is I'll order it as a sandwich, and they'll go off the menu.
yeah.
It's not on the menu as a sandwich. It's basically the Bruce Dickey at the
I like it.
Julian's. Yeah, you get
The hidden menu right there.
That's right. That you get the chicken fried steak sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and pickle.
Good stuff.
Oh, off
I might try that.
You really?
pretty good.
I urge you to try that. What else going on today, ladies? There is one other thing in Clay County today. Now this is actually kind of goes together with the Alzheimer's caregiver meeting at 2:00 at the Clay County Hospital today. They will be hosting the Seasoned Circle for seasoned adults. The next meeting is this afternoon from 2 to 3. That'll be in the hospital conference room. Going to be refreshments as well as socializing, community information. They're going to tell all kinds of folks fun activities. Membership, of course, to Seasoned Circle is free and is open to everyone in Clay County. It includes an exclusive discount card for Seasoned Circle members only to use in select locations. Now, fellas, I did have, and you probably don't realize this. You're closer to my age, probably.
He's a little more seasoned than I
You're
am.
a little bit more seasoned than I, and I only bring this up because I had a birthday last week.
right.
That's why I feel seasoned. Do I qualify for a seasoned citizen at 57?
Yeah. I don't think
That's much early, isn't it?
I think so. I mean,
I thought-
restaurants are usually like 60 for your senior discount, so you got a good 3 years at least.
I feel good about that.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's an event going on.
What's the DQ?
There's an event going on at Oil Belt though, and they did the 55 and over mark.
Really?
Yeah. So and they didn't say seasoned. They just said I don't know. I can't remember. No, they didn't go there. But I can't remember what the word was they used. But it wasn't seasoned. But yeah, seasoned's a nice way to put it.
Seasoned is a nice way to. It's a nice way to put it to make certain that everybody feels. See, now that's the thing. I don't mind when I was in the alumni band at Illinois. They no longer call it what they used to call it. Whenever I was in it to start, it was the Fossil Band.
Oh.
Okay.
And apparently some people got sick and tired of being called fossils. I love to being called a
Fossils
fossil.
gain value over time. So you're just
Exactly right.
wiser.
Fossils gain
more
value over
seasoned,
time.
All of those are great.
I love it. I need you to come in here and pump me up
Absolutely.
every day,
That's
Joel.
what I'm here for.
I appreciate that. I really
Seasoned
do.
people definitely have more fortitude. That's for sure.
They can sometimes be curmudgeons, though.
Well, that is for sure. That is for sure.
They can sometime what?
Be curmudgeons.
I said be fermented.
That's a nice way of saying cranky
The
person.
old person. You don't want to be one of those. Seasoned is much better than that.
Seasoned is much
Seasoned
better.
people would never be
Seasoned is much better. So again, that's at the hospital today from 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now, this next thing going on here on Tuesday, September 9th, September 19th, this applies to both of these gentlemen over here. I'm certain they both use them. One of them actually may be his company's National IT Professional Day is today. This is the third Tuesday in September. National Information Technology Professional Day honors the venerable geeks of the world that we all rely on to keep us connected. The IT professional is the unsung hero of modern businesses. Those underappreciated whizzes tackle the obstacles that leave us, the rest of us, scratching our heads. They do a wonderful job. Who's I got to ask, who is the IT professional at the school?
Oh, Heather Dury. And professional is it. I mean, I can mess technology up really, really good. She can fix it every time.
Well, that's the thing. You got to make sure you get her something today. Nice.
Hey, I had no idea.
September 19th. I'm guessing that you are the DQ IT professional.
Well, he's not on the payroll, but Evan Thackeray, who works here,
Evan does it.
He's probably my go-to. He's more like if I text him like a
Evan's your go-to?
IT hotline guy.
Not on the payroll, but gets paid with dilly bars.
Right, he gets
Drink.
I cook for him when we go camping.
Evan's got kids too, so they probably want free deli bars too.
Right.
So they get or like drink, like you say, drinks with the extra stuff.
We go camping with Evan, and I do a lot of cooking for him. So we trade off.
That makes a ton of sense. SolarWinds, a provider of powerful and affordable IT management software, created National IT Professionals Day back 8 years ago in March of 2015. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? What other day can you enjoy here on March 19th? It is National Butterscotch Pudding Day. This is a good one. Offers a sweet taste of a wholesome and creamy dessert. Brown sugar and butter star in the recipes for butterscotch pudding. However, you can use corn syrup, vanilla, and salt also sometimes. Butterscotch adds amazing flavor to items such as sauces, candies, and as well as frings. Okay,
That also ties in real nicely with the seasoned people, though. The Werthers?
Oh, yeah,
Are
that's
those
right.
butter? Are those
the little butterscotch? The little butterscotch candies.
Yeah.
That looked amazing, by the way.
I was thinking it's tied in more to DQ though, with the butterscotch dilly bar.
So we used to have the churro dip, and it changed over. I don't know if it's seasonal or maybe because of this day, but we have now butterscotch dip. So you can do like a dip cone in butterscotch.
I think butterscotch is underrated. I mean, that's one of the better puddings out there. That's pretty good.
Butterscotch pudding?
I love butterscotch pudding.
I couldn't agree with you more that butterscotch, but it probably gets that's some good looking pudding right
look at
there.
that.
Yeah, it looks like they threw a little Heath bar on top of that.
Man, I guess
toffee.
Toffee, is that in the butterscotch family?
If not, it should be.
Do we
It's gonna be close.
This doesn't make me hungry.
I know, right?
Okay, I must ask you here. Here's quiz time, ladies and gentlemen. Quiz time for the two academic foundation members. They ought to get. I'm going to give you 10-year leeway either way.
Oh God.
Okay.
10-year leeway either way. A newspaper in this year offered the first scoop on the yummy pudding. According to Housewife Corner and Mazlitt Cream Company, the recipe for making making Doncaster butterscotch showed up in a newspaper on this date in what year?
Whoa.
This is England.
Wow.
Oh, this is England. So, see, you start seeing the good housekeeping stuff in the 50s.
1 pound of butter, by the way, 1 pound of sugar,
But I'm
and a
thinking this is
quarter
like
pound
early
of
1900s.
treacle.
I'm thinking 1908.
That's a good guess. That's way off. How about you?
We're going to go 1938.
This is, like I said, it's England.
1800s?
1848.
Oh, we're way off.
Yeah,
They're so-
1848.
They're so much ahead of us Americans.
They really are. You know, and they also came up with and we don't do this so much, spike your pudding with bourbon or rum. I've never had, I probably
get that
had
in your-
rum, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't make
Load it up.
Load it up, make it your own, folks. Do your own thing. Okay?
Make it your own.
There you go. What else is going on today? One other thing, and this is, I know, the kids' favorite one every year. This is National Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 19th. Each year is the National Talk Like a Pirate Day. I'm trying to figure out where that came from, how folks, because, you know, pirates really didn't talk differently from everybody else at the time. And they didn't, at the time pirates started appearing back in the 1700s, 1600s, and whenever, they talked like, you know, like everybody.
Just more common English, kind of.
Just more common English. But when Robert Louis Stevenson wrote what he wrote, Treasure Island. When he wrote Treasure Island, he started this whole new parlance. And then they turned it into a movie in the 1930s. That's when people started thinking that the pirates talked all funky.
I also think one of the most influential Talk Like a Pirate guys is probably Keith Richards. Have you ever?
Right.
I mean, he talks like a pirate.
Right there. That was basically, you know, the Johnny Depp character.
He did base it off of that, didn't he?
The look is based on Keith Richards. So here's a few Talk Like a Pirate Day things you can use. Aye, Captain, easy for I'm on it, boss. I was kind of surprised. I hadn't heard, oh, honey, let's not fight equals parley me hearty. That's pretty good.
I usually go home and try that and just see what happens.
Parley.
If the wife is giving you a little bit of guff, just, you know, say.
Before you do that, start with the fetch me a rack, and then you have to go
like
with
that.
parley me hearty.
You see, I don't know what fetch me a rack even means. Is a rack coffee?
Apparently so.
Apparently a rack is.
I'm going to guess that anything that starts with fetch me is not going to go well. I'll try that.
I've never heard eggs referred to as cackle fruit.
That's a new one on me too. I
kinda like that.
I like cackle fruit. Yeah, that's.
I always call sweet tea. I always call that liquid America.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like things like that. So I might start using.
You call sweet tea liquid America?
It's about as
really-
American as it gets.
It is about as American as people. That makes sense. John Bauer and Mark Summers created this international day back in when?
This Pirate Day thing?
Pirate Day. When did International Pirate Day?
When he was talking about, I'm going to go.
This one, you got to be close. I'll give it.
I'm going to go 54. 1954.
No.
1982.
1995. Yeah.
Oh,
Mark
man.
Summers is like the host of Nickelodeon show, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
Can't
the
do
dude
that on
from
TV.
they
The
dropped
slime,
the
yeah,
stuff on
right.
the slime show. Yeah.
I knew it had to be later than that.
Yeah.
I didn't have cable as a kid, so I didn't have Nickelodeon. So I missed out on all that.
You've missed out on
On that
everything.
pop culture.
You've missed out on everything.
I missed out on a lot of pop culture.
Well, that's we'll try to get you. We'll try to get you up to speed.
Get me up to speed. Yeah.
We'll try to get you up to speed. All right, folks, what do you want to see on television today? Some things on TV. High school volleyball tonight. We will be in Flora as the Wolf Gals host the Edwards County Fighting Lions. You going to be there?
I am planning on being there.
All right.
I'm going to say volleyball's not a bad televised sport.
Thanks.
Pretty good. It's a pretty good televised sport.
I appreciate you saying
there
that.
I mean,
bad televised sports?
football is great. I mean, compared to other sports, I mean, volleyball's probably better than basketball.
Some are better than others to nap to. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Golf.
talking about the viewing experience. The commentating is always
Oh, yeah, here he goes. Thank you so much.
Napping experience, you gotta go tennis. That's one of the best. Like to hear that little ball.
I got to tell you, if you really want to try a napping experience, if you, I like golf. Golf is fun, but soccer, you cannot beat
Just
soccer.
the roar of the crowd.
Well, you're sitting there, you got a nice roar, and if you hear, the gigantic roar where somebody scored, that's when you look up and then lay back down.
You check the score and then
You
you
check
pass
the
back
score
out.
and then you pass back out. It's really a nice.
Well, I was like that with football. I was watching the game yesterday and kind of dozing off, and then it started. It wasn't streaming right, and it started spinning a little bit.
Oh, really?
And then the crowd noise went out, and I was like, that crowd noise is pretty important
It really kinda is.
as far as a napping experience.
Well,
You're not a
guess
big napper, though,
I'm
are
not
you?
a big napper, no.
Joel can't nap.
Probably-
You guys aren't seasoned citizens yet.
Not yet. Work on that.
I got to tell you, I took a nap. I took a nap last week. I had a day off because of my birthday, and I just went home and I had a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day. You think, well, I'm not getting anything done. I'm not getting. No, I'm enjoying a 2-hour nap.
Was a 2-hour nap good? Sometimes
Yes.
You can nap too long sometimes.
Oh, it was great.
Where you wake up and you think it's like the next
Because
day, the next morning.
I had a show to do that night. I had to go play my tuba last Wednesday night. I had a nice, pleasant 2-hour nap in the middle of the day.
Good for
I was
you.
fired up for the show. Just perfect. It worked. I don't know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
After we finished off a tub of butterscotch pudding.
I figured it out. Yeah, that's right. Baseball tonight. The Cubs are at home against the Pirates. That's on Marquee at 6:40. The White Sox are at Washington. That's on NBC Sports Central Chicago, channel 643, and that's at 6:05. And the Cardinals at 6:45 tonight on channel 630. Boy, there's a whole bunch of 600 numbers there. Milwaukee at Chicago tonight. Adrian Hauser versus Drew Rahm. So enjoy all that. We're going to talk Flora Academic Foundation Appleknocker Festival today. Here right after these words. Please do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
That y'all are playing on your phones, but
It's 9:30 to 2:30.
Well, just making sure. It's a difficult. See, that's the thing. That's why you have IT professionals. They set up passwords for people. They make them difficult to crack, difficult to hack. So you got. They've made it very difficult to set up. Even
We're in a concrete vault.
we're in the bunker.
The bunker.
We're down here in the bunker. Hey, scoot that over just a little bit closer to you, please.
Good.
As Dr. Joel Hackney is here down there, along with, of course, Mr. Derek Bailey here next to me. I keep the thing, doggone, keeps clearing off. Okay, now, welcome, folks. Welcome back to Louisville. Glad you. By the way, how do you like the new studio?
Oh, it's beautiful. Very nice.
It's real nice.
Palatial. Was that the word that came to mind?
Palatial? No, it wasn't, but that would work.
Well, I appreciate
Think it
y'all.
looks good?
Well, thanks. Thank you. I like my hockey stick.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So, that's fun. You always have to try new places, new things. That's why the reason I bring this up is because the Appleknocker Festival for years was up at Floyd Henson, right? Now you're in
Flora High School, yep.
At Flora High School, pardon me. And now it is at the elementary school. How does the new place work better than the old place?
Kind of keeps it all in one contained area. When it was at the high school, it was kind of spread out a little bit, and this is all more centrally located, where you can kind of have the booths in the middle, kind of have the food around the perimeter, and there's a lot less extension cords and
Blocking off streets and those types of
blocking
things.
off the streets. It's pretty self-contained in that south of the school.
When did, what's the history? Let's tell everybody what we're talking about. The Flora Appleknocker Festival is set for September 30th, correct?
Yes.
From what time?
It's from 9:30 to 2:30. It's put on by the Flora Academic Foundation, which it's not a fundraiser for the Flora Academic Foundation.
Right.
Sometimes that gets confused. But what it is it's an opportunity for school groups and church groups and various other groups in the community to raise funds and to raise some money. And so they have kind of carnival kind of setting. They've got games. They've got food booths. They've got various other just entertainment for, I'd say, more for elementary age kids. You get K through 6, K through 5. That's really kind of the sweet spot as far as where the kids are really into it. Because then you start getting junior hires and high schoolers help with that. So it kind of they help man the booths.
Right. When did this start? Can you tell me?
1983, I believe. I was actually talking to Norm at ACE about it, and he helped run one of the first ones. Do you know Norm at ACE?
Sure.
Good dude. But
Yeah, good dude. I didn't realize he went that far back with it though.
Oh yeah,
So we're like at 40 years then.
we're right at I think 83 was the first year that he
Wow.
he said they did that. So that
It's almost a seasoned.
it is seasoned.
Yeah.
It is seasoned.
It's older. It's not quite your age, or a little bit older than you, I guess. Then, right?
Yeah. I'm an 81, so it's not quite as old as me.
Do you remember the first? See, now you're from Flora. Do you
Yeah.
remember attending as a youngster?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I remember the first one in 83. I would have been 7. But yeah, I remember it as a kid going to them. Yeah, absolutely.
And it was it at the high school then? The whole time?
As far as I can remember, it's always been there, yeah, until we moved it.
Until you moved it. That really works out a lot better, like you say.
It does. And I think, when we built the elementary, we built it with knowing that we would be hosting it there, so the access, as Derek said, to power and just being able to accommodate all the different power needs. And our maintenance crew does a great job. I mean, we still set up the stage, but as Derek said, it's really kind of all in one place now. And so, it's easier to get from one booth to the other, the food booth. And, if you're a grandparent or parent that's taking your kid, instead of having to follow them all over and crossing the streets that we used to have to do in high school, you can just kind of find a place and watch them go.
And no steps, probably, for that matter.
Yeah, it's all ground level.
Yep.
I do have kind of a picture from one of the old ones. Would this be is this at the high school, or is this at the?
That's at the high school, yep, and that's been a few years ago, because you can still see the old church that used to be
That's
where
gone
your
now,
office
right?
was at, and it's gone now, yeah.
That is gone.
The Washington School will be there to your left, which we had some hands-on booths there, and then what you're looking at primarily is that north parking lot of the high school where,
where people park for basketball games.
correct, yeah. So, that's been some years ago, but that's a good picture.
But I will also say there's still a lot of the little tents. That general kind of setup is still the same as it was then. It's,
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about this setup for the. Again, this is for September 30th. It is a Saturday. You always do it on the last Saturday. That's worked out really. Have you had, knock wood? You've always had really good weather, haven't you?
Boy, knock on wood, we have. I mean, there's been, I don't even know if I can think of a year since I've been here that we have not had good weather. I mean, there's been some times where it's looked like it's not going to be great weather, but, and I know there's been some years prior before I got here that there was times where they bring them in the gym, but, man, we've been blessed with beautiful weather the last several years.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping that continues because we've had some really nice, this past week would have been great Appleknocker.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
Sometimes it gets a little breezy, but other than that, the weather's been, phenomenal. And, hopefully it's the same this go round.
I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take a quick break, and we are going to talk about more about some of the booths and entertainment, as well as what the Flora Academic Foundation does. Just get folks. I mean, it doesn't. And if they've seen the show before, they know what Flora Academic Foundation. But there's a lot of people who don't remember stuff.
And we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll be right back here on Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec. Stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the Driveway Doctor, the Gravel Guru, the Pothole Pirate, the Rockin' Redneck, the Smooth Operator, the Mudhole Master, or the Happy Hauler, just call him, 842-2022, to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Talking, of course, today with Joel Hackney as well as with Derek Bailey, and we are talking about. By the way, Derek, you're the president of the Flora Academic Foundation, right?
Yeah, this is my first year being president. Bill Atwood did it for several years. I think overall, he's close to 15 years total. He maybe had a little gap in between there, but He had been doing it for a while and decided it was time to shift gears. So.
Yeah, well, it's also, they always like to get new blood involved in stuff anyway.
We've got some new people. I know Jenny Hediger, she was secretary for several years and on the board for many more. We've got Courtney Hatcher this year. She's great. We've got Mark Smith as vice president. He's a good help. Really plugged in the community. Good network there. So we got, and Herb Henson, of course, I can't not mention Herb. He's the treasurer, and he really, as far as keeping all the numbers straight.
You got to do that with the amount of numbers that the academic foundation runs through.
For sure.
Because
especially the scholarships.
The scholarship part of the program is amazing. Let's talk a little bit. We'll get to the Flora academic side here in a little bit. If I show up at 9:30 at the elementary school, what am I going to find? What am I going to walk into with my kids?
When you walk in there, first thing, there's going to be, so there's two tumbling groups that do a performance. And Power and Grace, they alternate every other year. This year, Power and Grace is the first one. So they'll be doing the tumbling early. I think they started right around 10, a little after 10. So they'll be getting together. You'll see some of that. You'll see the band is performing. Actually, to kick off the whole thing, we do
High school or grade school?
It's gonna be the high school band.
Okay.
High school band. Now the to kick it off though, we have national anthem, flag presentation, the Shooting Stars drill team. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Sure.
Ruthie Welty.
That's the national champions, right?
Yes,
Weren't
they did win national champion a year or two
Might be
ago, I
someone to have on the show. She's in Louisville here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a pretty cool lady.
Who is it?
Ruthie Welty
Okay.
is her name. Cool lady. And so anyway, she oversees that. She's going to have some booths and that throughout the day as well, but her drill team performs, puts on the national anthem, and then from there you got food booths and the games all get going.
What is your favorite? Well, no. I'm not going to ask your favorite. What are the varieties of food available? Then I'm going to ask your favorite.
So as far as food, the things that kids always like, there's the enrichment does taco in a bag, or the little walking tacos or that kind of thing. But there's groups doing pulled pork. The Xenia Christchurch United, they're doing pulled pork. They're doing hot dogs. We've got a group doing pork burgers, baked potatoes. We've got people doing lemon shake-ups.
Baked potatoes.
Like a loaded baked potato.
Nice.
Do you ever
No.
get one of those? Man, I get a loaded baked potato with, with some pulled pork, get some,
Oh,
get some
God.
topping
Wait,
on
so
there. Pretty good.
so I could go to the pulled pork place, get me a sandwich.
There you go.
And then there's basically dump it on top.
Just top it off. But no, they, a lot of good food there. It's hard, I'm going to say that I give a good solid effort to try them all, but
Well, you can't.
you try to.
Well, what's
You
your
want to support
favorite?
everybody.
The taco in a bag is always good, but pulled pork is probably, I don't know if you ever sat around and think about what your last meal would be, like if you were going to be executed. Is that a normal thing to talk about?
I got to tell you, I don't think I ever have.
Maybe that's just
I haven't thought about being executed.
might just be me. But if I were to be, I think pulled pork might be it.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat good
Yeah.
pulled pork. And,
Yeah.
so
I agree.
I like Derek, I do my best effort to go and support all the groups, but I'll make sure that lunch is pulled pork.
How many different groups, community groups, do you think you have participating?
Talking just food or all?
Just that are, the food people are the ones raising funds, right?
But you also have a lot of your
Everybody is.
hands-on. So
Oh,
like,
and
and a lot of your hands-on.
You have the
games and stuff. A lot of those are enrichment students, not all of them, but some, there's organizations within the schools, but a lot of your enrichment students. So, there's probably,
You've got FFA, you've got drama club, you've got enrichment, like we mentioned.
which has probably 6 or 7, 8 kids, and then a lot of your churches. I bet we've got
And there are several churches involved, so it's,
30 some at least.
Oh, my
I would say there are 30 organizations, every bit of.
Will it be tented like we saw in that earlier picture? Everybody will have their, most of them?
will bring a tent, just
Right.
number one, to have a little shade during the day and have some shade for the people that are getting food and games. But, they'll just be kind of food booths lined up on either side, and your hands-on in the middle. So it's kind of a make the circle and eat and play games all day.
Is it in the concrete, is it in the parking lot, or is it in the grass, or both?
Most of it's in the concrete. There's a few hands-on things that we've had in the past.
We've got a pedal tractor pull that's going to be going on. That kind of goes on in the little drive to the east there.
I love them.
Have you ever been to one of those?
Oh, I love them. I've been to like 2 or 3.
You could work off all the food that you just ate.
That's exactly right. They don't have a pedal tractor big enough for me, though.
An adult one would be pretty fun.
An adult pedal tractor pull would really
They say they make them, because we asked Joe Goodman about it last time. They were at the Clay City Fall Festival, and we were asking about it. Like, is there an adult one of these? And they're like, they make them, and Clay County Farm Bureau said they'd had requests, but just haven't
that'd be
bought
nuts.
one.
Yeah.
But it's
Do we have disc golf? Are they there?
The
this
disc
year?
golf
So
is
they're a lot
doing
of
it in
arms in the grass over by the playground area where you can try and throw it in the basket. They can show you how to throw. I've been taught that lots of times, and I'm still not very good at it, but it's fun, the disc golf.
Well,
And
that's true.
they still say the disc golf course at Charlie Brown Park is one of the best in the area. Like, you get a lot of guys that come in, and they love the one at Charlie Brown Park, and it brings a pretty good amount of
Well, that's
traffic.
that's been there a few years now too.
Yes.
That's beginning to get a little age. Probably have some trees in the way and that kind of stuff that you
Right.
see at an older golf course.
Yep.
Disc golf gets older too. 30 different fundraisers.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'd say every bit of it.
And that's the cool part. This is kind of where where the academic foundation. It's going to be a fundraiser for you guys here in about a month or two.
Yes.
So that's Radiothon, yes.
That's the radiothon. But this is kind of where you like to make sure that other folks are able to give to both give back to the community as well as to maybe to raise the funds from the community, right?
Yep, and it's good. It's a good event for the kids. The kids love it. Like my kids they're 6, 8, and 12, and they love going to Appleknocker.
Well, I tell you what, that's outstanding. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about the different things involved at Appleknocker, as well as what the Flora Academic Foundation does in the community. After these words, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in just a moment. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Talking today with Derek Bailey and Dr. Joel Hackney about the Flora Appleknocker Festival. How did it get going? I asked you when it started. It was 1983. What was the thought process, and how has it grown over the years?
I think the idea was, basketball got ticket sales, football had ticket sales, they had sports boosters, and there are a lot of groups that really didn't have sports boosters, kind of like your drama clubs, your bands, your Scholastic Bowl, that kind of thing. So I think the idea was to help generate some funds for them. I think that was the initial
And
plan.
That's kind of how it's worked out, and it's worked pretty well, hasn't it, Doc?
Oh, it really has, yeah. Like I said, this is a great opportunity, which again, we encourage everybody to come out. We're hoping for beautiful weather, and the kids enjoy it. And it's just, like I said, it's a one-stop shop. You can get a snack, get lunch, get an afternoon snack, and then just have things for them to be entertained. And there'll be tickets that you can purchase there, and so it's not like you have to have money each time you go to the booth. You purchase tickets, and each food booth, each game takes tickets, and then FAF gets just 10% of that, I think, and the rest of it's pure profit for those groups as far as what they make.
And that 10% that they take is that goes back into Appleknocker. That goes in toward some of the paid entertainment. You've got,
Let's talk about some of the paid entertainment. What are some of the entertainers, the musicians and stuff playing this year?
We've got a guy named Troy Rourke that's going to be there. He's kind of like a magician juggler. Like I said, we're kind of in that kindergarten through 5th grade is kind of the wheelhouse there. And he's going to be good for those. My kids we were at Holiday World this summer, and there was a juggler, kind of an entertainment thing they had, and they just sat there and they were mesmerized. So really? they really enjoyed it, and I think this will be good for.
He'll be putting on more than one show?
What he'll do is he will be kind of roaming around the area before noon, and then he's going to put on a show at noon, and that'll be what he does.
Well, that's kind of like that kind of leads you to the question: if the place is really kind of a come and go,
yes,
it's set up for come and go, right? Yes. Entertainment for somebody can show up at 10 o'clock in the morning and be just as entertained as if they showed up at 1:30 in the afternoon, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the other? You've got the magician. Are there any the magician? Do you have any musicians other than the band?
We've got some like side kind of musicians that are going to be kind of around the food booths, and then we've got a guy that's going to be doing caricatures. That you draw. Draw he's going to be doing that. He'll do that at no charge. He's going to have a booth set up.
That would look great on your wall.
I'm wondering. That was kind of what I was thinking.
Right there.
Yeah.
What we should do is have one of me and Joel made and put on your.
That's exactly
your wall.
Yeah, I think that.
We may have a gift for you when we come.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be an outstanding. Why in the world's a guy? You would think that he would. Well, I guess he's. You're paying him in advance. That's why he's not charging.
What we do is, we pay him, and then he's just
very good. He really is. It's good.
He is talented, and then
fast.
And he comes, just kind of sets a line up and goes one at a time.
How fast we talking about?
He's less than
some of us with
a couple minutes. 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Some of us with more distinguished looks that might
take a little longer.
Yeah, might take a little bit more time. Some folks might take a little bit less time. Like a big round fat head like Jughead like mine may not take that much time.
So if I walk up there and he's like, "Ooh, this is gonna be like 10 seconds."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the thinking. Well, that's great. Now, what are some of the games that the kids play that will be around? I know you said that these are fundraiser games for some of the groups. What are some of the games they set up?
There's been some change-ups this year, which has been cool. There's with adults, the escape rooms are pretty popular.
You're right.
Well, the enrichment decided they're going to do an escape room for the younger kids.
Really?
Because, they want to be involved, but sometimes they have a hard time figuring out the more complex ones or whatever. So they're going to be doing that.
The escape room basically like riddles to get through.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be like a Harry Potter themed one, I think. So,
really?
So I thought that was pretty cool. They're going to have the old school dunk tank where you throw the ball and the kids
CEO group's doing that, I think.
CEO is doing that.
Usually they try to recruit.
I have not.
You have not been recruited yet?
I have not been recruited, so I appreciate you throwing that out there.
Right, yeah.
I'm just astonished they haven't grabbed some administrators and or
maybe they're
teachers
that
and
CEO
coaches and that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Now.
Bring another change of clothes, maybe.
Ugh.
But and then I think games like Plinko. You ever,
sure.
On the Price is Right kind of Plinko, which. That's one of my favorite games.
A lot of carnival type games where I think we have Chuck a Duck where they can you got to shoot it into a certain thing. The ring toss, I think it's always there. The band normally does that.
Ring toss where they always toss and you get a 2-liter soda.
We like to teach them to gamble early, so you put like on a certain color and throw a ball and just a bunch of those carnival games.
It's all math. You're wanting to teach the kids
probability
math.
Though. Yeah,
probability. That's it's not gambling. Probability.
It works out really well for them because they're quick games. You can take the tickets and I know. There's been enrichment students that have made hundreds of dollars towards. Of course, they go to space camp and they go to Washington D.C. So outside of just the things that the enrichment sells, it's a great opportunity to get some money towards those trips.
You mentioned the CEO class is doing something. Tell me a little bit. I had some of the kids from the CEO class last spring with their businesses. Is this this would be for the whole CEO class, this fundraising system?
I think,
or is it just some of them?
No, I think it's a group one. So I think right now they're just kind of working to collaboratively as a group to work on funds, because, using the format they had last year, they'll do a group project the first semester just to kind of get used to business principles, how it works, and then they'll go out and present their own business proposal to the CEO financing group, and then that's how they get their funds. And I mean, I've seen the group of students this year, and they're phenomenal. The inaugural class for the Clay County CEO has set the bar pretty
I was going to say, that was a pretty good, there were some pretty good business. Yeah. There's still some of those businesses still going.
It was very impressive. And their business showcase was just phenomenal. And
you're leading me to my next question. I was going to ask you how, since it just started last year, how successful have you found the CE group so far being?
Very. I mean, it really accomplished exactly what we were hoping it would. And really, it's just outside of just the businesses that they do. It is the experience, learning how it works, and really just the social skills, the soft skills, the marketable skills that those students, even if they don't ever go out and start their own business or utilize the business they had, it makes them way more employable, way more valuable as an employee, and just better off understanding exactly how the next step after high school and the workforce works. So it's been great, and just to watch the progression of those students from when they started in the fall to where they end doing that business showcase in the spring, it's amazing. The board and the staff does a great job.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I still still occasionally get the charcuterie lunch. Every so often.
Yeah, that's when I talked to Jackie. I said, "Hey, is this something you'd be interested in?" And they jumped at the chance because they were looking kind of for a fundraising type of event to start off the semester, and Appleknocker is a good fit for them because it's high. There's a lot of people there, and there's people there wanting to have some form of entertainment or food or that kind of thing.
And I would say, when you look at the CEO, it's really a lot like FAF. I mean, when people think of FAF, they think of Appleknocker and they think of Radiothon, but a lot of behind-the-scenes things that the Appleknocker does that benefits the student and the community is the things that don't get recognized. And, during one of the breaks, we were talking about FAF being one of those things that you couldn't do without, as a community of Flora. And it's one of those things where I hope we never take it for granted, because as you mentioned, you could talk to any other school district, they would die to have an organization like that. Just the amount of money that they give that goes directly to the students. And that's the other thing, is the money that is raised at Radiothon and what portion that goes directly to the students to provide opportunities and resources that go above and beyond what we could ever provide as a school district if it wasn't for them. So
that's exactly right. We're going to talk a little bit more kind of about that aspect, as well as to get you rounded up and ready to go to the Appleknocker on September 30th with Derek and with Joel here in just a second. You're watching Big Talk. We'll be back, wrap things up in just a sec. Stick around.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lamontsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Talking today about the Appleknocker Festival. It is set for September 30th at the elementary school, which is just next to football field.
Yes. Yep.
You got a football game that night before that. Is that gonna destroy anything? Are we gonna be okay with it?
Shouldn't. Hopefully, we're just continuing celebration. That would be homecoming game.
That is homecoming.
Yeah.
So
that's against Fairfield.
We'll be there.
A little bit of a rivalry.
We'll be there.
I don't know if you knew that, Bruce.
I'd heard that. We'll be doing the game that night, and I don't know if we're coming to the festival or not. I haven't heard anything. Nobody tells me anything around here. I don't hear a thing. I forgot to ask off the air, and I always hate to do it. Restroom facilities are inside, or we're going to have them outside?
We'll have inside.
We will.
Inside.
Yes.
Will we have outside too, or just inside?
We will have outside as well, but there will be the air-conditioned inside
that's
the
the reason
school.
I asked, because some years when there was construction, we had to.
And it could be 65 or 95, and we've had it anywhere in between. So that inside air-conditioned restroom would be good. So
easy in and out. Parking for folks. Where will folks park?
Yeah, they can park at the elementary school, also in the to the east of the high school football field. That's where most of the parking is.
And are there golf carts bringing people back and forth? I think you've done that in the
We'll have the golf cart out
past.
there. If anybody needs it, they can just, we'll kind of be walking, especially when people are parking a little bit farther in that parking lot over there, but we'll have the Cadillac, as I call it, because I get to drive around.
Yeah, sure.
We'll have it out and ready, so if that's a deterrent for somebody, they don't think they can get there and back, we'll pick you up and take you back to your cars.
Do people bring their own lawn chairs, or do they? I know there's not really a stage set
there
up.
There are picnic tables set up down the middle.
There are picnic tables set up.
Yeah.
And then we set some chairs up. We have bleachers there by the stage.
Yeah.
So there's places to set, but there have been some people, I think, like especially when they're watching the tumblers or whatever, or the juggler, whatever, that have brought their lawn chairs. So they're more than welcome to.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Okay. Pets, animals, anything like that? Just service dogs, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
we usually try to keep pets out, and obviously if they need a service animal, they can do that. Just because it is kind of everybody's in one area, and just, for the safety of everyone, and just, I don't know if I took my dog out there, he'd probably go nuts. So, we try and refrain from bicycles, skateboards, pets, those types of things, just because there's a lot of people in a small area and a lot of traffic in and out. So
I got to tell you, that must be tempting, though, if I was a skateboarder with all that concrete out there.
I'm sure it probably gets used for that on non-Appleknocker days. I guarantee it.
Gorgeous days like you guys have. All right, just a couple of minutes here to talk about the Flora Academic Foundation. Let's give folks kind of a synopsis of what the foundation does. I know that we'll talk more at length about this probably in about a month, again with the fundraiser coming up in. What is that, the end of October,
beginning of November?
First Thursday in November?
Thursday
in November. Yep.
Okay.
The big thing that the Flora Academic Foundation does is kind of a two-part thing. The first thing is they give out the scholarships.
Right.
They
administer the scholarships.
Administer. Yeah. So when you have local factories, local businesses, local individuals that have a scholarship set up, what they do is they go through the interview process, which is very unbiased and very thorough, and make sure that the qualifications are met and that kind of thing. So that's the one of the big things they do. The second is they fund all the field trips, all of the lyceums, like your assemblies and that kind of thing. Basically anything over and above what is already funded through the schools. So you're talking like a school trip. I'm going on a trip to the orchard, Eckert's Orchard, around Belleville. I'm going on that with my son on the 3rd of October. So they bus them over there and they pay for
the funds out of it.
They pay for the funds.
Finance
Pay for the finance the trip.
Tell me a little bit, Dr. Hackney, about how the Flora Academic Foundation is a little bit different from what other places might find.
Well, I mean,
what other schools might run into.
Yeah, I think, first of all, what makes it different is the community that it's in, because again, we'll talk about this in a month, but those funds come from the community. And that is primarily the one fundraiser that the Academic Foundation does, and that's Radiothon. And again, this is my 11th year here in the district, and that goal has continuously been set at $20,000, and we've never not met that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive to have a community give $20,000 in one night.
Especially even in the, you had COVID years, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and I think what else makes, so first of all, that's the biggest blessing of it is community supported, community kind of ran. And then I think the organization, again, the things that happen behind the scene, the fact that we have great board members, FAF board members that volunteer their time to put on these events, to be on the scholarship committees, to vet those out and be that clearinghouse for that. So I think that's great. And then I think the other thing is, our teachers and our administrators do a great job of really looking for opportunities that fit the criteria of what the Academic Foundation do,
right,
to put those out there. And, I think the thing that I can say that makes it different is, we've went through ups and downs with state funding, and there were certainly times where districts were cutting back and they couldn't go on field trips and they couldn't do projects, and there weren't resources that were
losing extracurriculars.
Yes, losing resources. And we never did that because we had the Academic Foundation, again, through the wonderful support of our community, that funded those, that continue that. I mean, I can't tell you the number of places we would call and say, we'd like to schedule our trip. Oh, well, we weren't expecting any schools to come this year because every place had called and said, we can't do that. Well, because of our wonderful community and the work of the Academic Foundation, we were able to do those. And it's a huge blessing, and it was great experiences for our kids.
One thing we make a point not to do with the FAF is we don't go business to business. We don't send out mailers to the businesses asking for money. It's usually just individuals. Now, businesses do give because they're generous, but we don't really go after them. It's mostly individuals.
The scholarship side of it, I've always been that's the fascinating part to me, and there's quite a bit of it's fascinating. Have you ever had pushback from folks who were wanting like direct scholarships somehow, or is it really makes more sense, doesn't it, for the objectivity side of the academic foundation?
And there's some, I mean, obviously if you ever go to like senior awards, there's businesses and individuals that have scholarships that aren't a part of FAF, but a good portion of them for a variety of reasons. One, because it makes it a whole lot easier for the individual, for the group to kind of look at the qualifications criteria and make that selection. The other thing, obviously, is it's a nonprofit organization, so you can run it through that. So I mean, I think it's just another great example of a service that FAF provides that makes it easier for people who want to take their money and reinvest it into the school district and give it to individuals who are going into a certain field or just bettering themselves, whether it be through the workforce or college. It's just a great avenue for them to run it through the FAF and for the FDF to manage that. And again, if you went to senior awards, I think how many ever years in a row we've had $1 million classes. Yeah. And not all that's Academic Foundation, but again, that's just businesses and individuals and groups that have generously given to our students. I mean, millions of dollars a year going to our students to provide opportunities for them to do things after high school that they wouldn't be able to do.
And especially when you consider that the last time Flora had a class of over 100 kids has been a few years, so that's a lot of money.
We've got some bigger classes, but you still are lucky to push 100. So
yeah. Well, that's kind of what. And of course, the Appleknocker is not a fundraiser for the. We want to make clear also, it's not really a fundraiser. It is a little bit for
those organizations.
It's mainly for the organizations in town, isn't it?
It's a fundraiser for the organizations that have the booths and games.
Before you became involved with it, as a business person in town or as a member of these organizations in town, did you look forward to the Appleknocker as, hey, this is a way that we can and help raise funds for our company, for our organizations?
I would take the kids. I go to First Christian Church here in town, and we would have a booth. They've done pulled pork in the past. They've done cotton candy. So yeah, I was always familiar with that. I always knew it was a good event because a lot of people from the school go. Or from the district go.
There you go. Well, like we said earlier, the weather's going to be good.
It's going to be. Sure. Absolutely. Guaranteed.
September 30th, just about guaranteed it'd be very pleasant, if anything, a sweater or something like that.
That'd be the best. If you can put a hoodie on that day with a little sun, that'd be ideal.
You see, that's the thing. You can put a hoodie on, then you got the little pocket there to keep your tickets.
Keep your tickets.
Yep.
That's right.
And load up the trinkets.
You mentioned that. Is there a tea thing in the? Somebody gonna have like sweet tea and stuff like that?
I don't know if I know they're doing. There will be somebody have tea because I know that the Xenia Church usually does have tea, but yeah, there'll be shake-ups and...
You'll be able to feed the family. Feed the family on nothing.
For sure.
Feed the family on something. Doc Hackney, thanks very much for being here. Mr. Bailey, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the Appleknocker on September 30th. We'll see y'all later. Have a great day.